Book 4, which is the longest piece of sludge ever invented. Part 1. Part 1. Bella and Edward are about to get married. He has gotten her a souped-up sports car, and she's worried about what other people think of it. Anyway, she's got his dead mom's ring on her little finger, and they've got the wedding date set. They're planning to head off to college sometime after the honeymoon. They get married at the Cullens' house. During the dancing, Edward goes off to get something, and Jacob shows up. He's been invited, but he didn't show up until then because he's a bad sport. Part 2. After the wedding is over, Edward and Bella fly off to their honeymoon getaway in South America or Mexico or wherever. Edward goes off for a swim, leaving Bella to get ready for their first sexy night. Things don't go well when this whole room is torn to shreds, basically. For some reason, Edward goes off, leaving Bella on her own. She decides to cook chicken, and it smells weird. Then she looks at her flat belly and realizes, gasped, that she's pregnant. It was literally one time. I don't think that's how it works. This can't be possible, can it? With a bit of research into vampire reproduction stuff, how do you research that? She finds out male vampires can, in fact, knock up human women. Part 3. They rush back to Washington State. She's rapidly becoming more and more pregnant, and the baby is growing big. Like, she's not pregnant for 9 months. The baby starts to suck her blood, which is killing her. So what does she do? She starts drinking human blood in a styrofoam cup. Yum, yum, she says. I would think you're making this up. But I know what to expect from Twilight. Edward wants to have the baby killed since it's killing poor helpless Bella. She wants to keep the baby, and her sister-in-law starts to protect her. Jacob visits, and he's appalled at what's been going on. Who wouldn't be? Soon they have to induce labor or whatever, and Bella basically dies, but not before the baby is born, and she's turned into a vampire. Part 2, Part 1. While all this is going on, it goes to Jacob's perspective. Life sucks and then you die. Jacob whines throughout the entire part. He's all woe is me. No one wants to bang him, and all he wants is Bella. He goes looking for some chick to imprint on. I don't understand the imprinting. That makes no sense to me. No luck. He goes back to the Cullens' house while Bella is giving birth. After it's done, he goes in thinking she's dead. He wants to kill the baby. Dun, dun, dun. Part 2. But alas, that is not how the story goes. He enters the room and sees the baby with her aunt. Then, bazing, his heart starts to pound. He sees his... What? He sees his possible future with this baby, and boom, he's a pedophile, and he's imprinted on his former crush's daughter. What? Edward is upset at first that this dude now has the hots for his newborn daughter, yeah, but quickly realizes what has happened, and he's totally cool with it. Oh, so that's why you had the hots for my wife. Now that you don't anymore, it's totally okay that you've imprinted on my baby. How long is Jacob planning to wait? Like, for her to grow up? Part 3, Part 1, it cuts back to Bella's perspective. She's a new mommy and a vampire, so Edward can't eat her. Sorry, Edward. She decides to name her daughter Renesmee, or whatever, after her mom and her mom-in-law. She's definitely following the newer white people trend of giving your kid a weird and unique name. I wonder when she's going to ask to see the manager. And buy a minivan. Apparently, her and dear old Eddie's baby is super gorgeous, and she's growing super duper fast. She also already sleeps through the night already, because of course she's perfect. Also, Jacob still gets to be around for whatever reason. Bella and Edward obviously don't care for their baby's long-term well-being or anything. Part 2. So the baby's gigantism has grown to be a problem. She also might look like a vampire's kid, which is like totally not against the vampire law or anything. Also, someone might have seen the kid and gotten the wrong idea. Oh well. Anywho, Edward finds this out with his creepy mind x-ray powers. Now, they gotta save their baby. Who knew? All the while, Charlie wants to see Bella. Despite her new uncontrollable vampirism, they let him visit. What if Charlie smells good to her? They explain away the kid by saying she's their adopted niece. She looks about 3 or 4 now anyway, despite being only a few months old. This is so weird. Part 3. Now they've got a looming war ahead of them. Knowledge of it courtesy of convenient for the plot Alice. Alice is so weird to me. They get their good old pals, the werewolves, to help them again. Of course, they completely agree to help in order to protect Jacob's soulmate. But they're going to need more help to fight the vampire government. So they call their vampire friends from around the world, bring peace and harmony between vampires, werewolves, and humans, and end world hunger. Bella also gets a bunch of fake passports for whatever reason. What about world hunger for the vampires? Part 4. So they assemble their team of vampires. Bella learns that she has powers there. Drum roll. I lost my place. Being a shield. Other vampires' powers seem to have no effect on her at all, and she can extend it to others. Then the vampire government rolls in. There's a vampire government. In the movie, they all enter battle. Vampires and werewolves alike get killed. The ground cracks open beneath them, and President Vampire Creep falls in. Then it's revealed that it's all a possible future that Alice showed President Creep. No battle ensues. What? This, however, didn't happen in the book. Instead, Instead, they talk for a bit, and then the vampire group leaves after handshakes are exchanged among them. Bella and Edward celebrate with kissing. Jacob is being creepy as usual, and everything is A-okay. Hints at a possible next book, but we all have an anonymous hacker to thank for that. The end. That's just how it ends? That's like so abrupt.